Hey everybody, Jenny Rosengren here from Body-Based Mindfulness Courses and 1000beliefs.com. I wanted to share some things today that my husband and we've been talking about a lot lately because he's preparing to create this body-based mindfulness course on beliefs, on negative beliefs, limiting beliefs, false beliefs, whatever, and how to install positive beliefs as well. And so he was asking me, how do you work with people? What do you do? Because I have a very specific way that I've kind of learned the steps that work for me and seem to work for other people. And so I was going to share those steps today and also talk about the importance of the body and working with the body through those steps. And I wanted to say there are three things that you have within your control when you work with beliefs. And there are three things that you don't have control of when you're working with beliefs. And it's all a process. And so the reason why I want to talk about the importance of the body is because it is so overlooked in working with emotional things. And the reason why we call it body-based mindfulness is right now everybody's thinking about like, we want to have these positive affirmations and we want to be saying these, and we got to be careful what our thoughts are because our thoughts create, our beliefs are creating our reality, and be careful the words that you use and all of those things. I don't want to discount any of that because it is all extremely important. But for some people, it can actually make it even worse and feel like something's wrong with them, because a lot of the time people are like, well, you're just got to keep saying your affirmations, and it doesn't work. And the reason why is because these beliefs are rooted in our bodies. And if we're not working with the body and we're not working with the nervous system, we're forgetting a huge piece of who we are. So we've got our spirit, we've got our mind, but we reside inside of a body that is connected to all of these things. So we have to look at ourselves holistically when we want to be able to change these, how we perceive the world and what we believe. So these beliefs can be rooted, like I said, actually in our nervous system. So in our nervous system, when we have a fight or flight response, we have a response that needs to happen. And if these things don't happen, if our body can't process through those things, or it takes on beliefs from these experiences, they are literally inside as part of our nervous system, part of our operating system. And so we need to know how to work with the body to be able to release these different responses. The beliefs can be passed down just generationally as part of our environment, or can be passed down from our parents, or it can be part of the environment that we grow up in, like in public school, or different things of how we function in life. These beliefs can come from that. And a lot of people don't know about how important the body is. There's a lot of research on it, actually, but it's not out really to the general public unless you know who to talk to or where to look for it. So why does our body reject positive affirmations? Why is it hard to be able to why do we sometimes feel like we're shoving these things into our body to try to be like, why can't I believe this about myself? Even though we may know that the positive belief is true, and we may know that the negative belief is false, but we can't stop believing it because it's part of us. And so Triple A's. So the first thing we have to do is acknowledge that this is a belief that we have. The second piece is accept it. And this is where it gets tricky, because we don't want to accept what we know is false. We want to change it. We want to get rid of it. We don't want to have anything to do with it. And it's totally counterintuitive to go, I accept this as my reality, that this is part of me. And then the third one is by acceptance, then we need to allow our body to be able to process through it. Sorry, I had something covering up the screen. So as we allow our bodies to process, what that means is I have my clients verbally, audibly say what the negative belief is. And there's something that I don't know how it works or why it works, but having your own voice say it brings up the sensations and the feelings in your body and maybe movements. It might connect it to a traumatic event. Whatever it is, hearing your own voice admit it and say it as truth helps it integrate into your body. And when we are not allowing this to happen, most of the time we're suppressing this. We don't want to believe it. We don't want to have it. So we're literally at odds with our mind and our body. And so the really cool counterintuitive thing is when we can accept it, then our body and our spirit become one. And that energy, that false belief, that limiting belief is able to flow through and move. And then we have to continue to allow what needs to happen in our body. And then we move on to kind of that third, the three that we don't control. So the body is the B, so it's BRT. The body releases whatever needs to be released. So we have no control over that. We can't decide when our body's like done releasing. When I'm talking about sensations, like it could be a tightness in your chest, or it could be a feeling of heat moving down through you, or it could be, where you feel like you want to clench your fists. We don't get to decide those things. Our body, our nervous system knows when things are over, and then it releases it, and it goes back to homeostasis. It goes back to calming down. And then what's incredible is the next step happens, which is it transforms. The body transforms, the beliefs transform, and we all of a sudden we see this experience that we had, and our perception is totally different. Or the belief is totally like, we can just go, oh, that's not true. And it doesn't feel true anymore. And I don't have that belief anymore. It's just not part of me, because that energy that was resisting and keeping it entrenched within us is now gone. And so it can pass through. And so those are the steps that I work with, and that we'll be teaching in this secondary course in body-based mindfulness courses, is how to work with the body. So I'll say them again. So acknowledge, accept, and allow. The body then takes over, and it releases, and it transforms. And so it's just, I love this work. I love having people, come and they're like, oh, your book's amazing. How do you release? And I'm like, this is how we release. And I love that we've finally been able to get these classes. So you will need to take the fundamentals course first. We're recording some of the classes right now, and we'll be getting those online so that they will be able to be a class where you can take on your own time and learn how to work with the body. And once you take that fundamentals course, then you'll be able to take these deep core belief transformation courses, because you'll understand the fundamentals and move on to more heavy, good, soul healing things that I just love. Anyway, if you want to learn more, you can go to bodybasedmindfulnesscourses.com. And if you don't know about my book, it's 1,000 categorized positive and negative beliefs, or all organized according to the chakras and the 7 governing chakras. So, and that's at 1000beliefs.com. Hey, talk to you later. Bye-bye.